everyone, thanks for coming to the Kev Talks Podcast YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Pennell. I'm the host of the show. I'm a senior project manager. I have a background in all hazard incident management, particularly as a planning section chief and a medical unit leader. And today I'm going to talk about, or remind you all, if you haven't been here before, about the foundational 5 things that I think anyone can do, whether you're showing up in a disaster like the hurricanes down in Florida, or you're a project manager just getting your feet wet on a new project, you're just getting into project management. But there's a foundational 5 things. 3 of these I learned along the way, 2 more I added through my experience, and so let's jump into it. The first is that we all have to know, and I have to know as a project manager or planning section chief, what is the leader's intent? What do our leaders, our C-suite, our executives, our incident commander, what do they want us to do? What do they want us to help with? What do they want us to accomplish by this project? And what are the things they don't want us to do, right? It's not just what do they want us to do, but what don't they want us to do, or what can't we do? So first thing is leader's intent. That's critical. From that leader's intent, we can then develop objectives. So number 2 on the foundational 5 is develop smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based objectives. Like, I want to accomplish this thing by this time, or I want to improve productivity by this % by this time. You can look up smart objectives. There's a lot of good guides out there, but if you can get these going, pretty quickly, you can start to get a handle on the situation and move the project forward. The third thing is organization. Who's doing what? Get a pad and paper, draw a box, draw some lines. This person's in charge. This person's in charge of this. Here's the team that's doing this. Here's the strike team, functional groups, whatever, whether you're doing a project or a response, and start to let people know and start to help pull together who's going to be working together. So that's the third thing, is organization. Develop a functional organizational chart. Number 4 is we can't meet leaders' intent. We can't work on those objectives, and that org chart's not going to get stuff done if we don't have resources. So the 4th thing is request resources early. And when we put requests in, we want to be pretty specific. So a good acronym that I like to use, or I've learned about, is CSALT. What's the capability of this resource? What's the size of it? If it's like equipment and things, how many or the amount of them? What location do I need them delivered to? What's the time? How long do we need them for? And then what time do they need to report? And the type. And the type gets into kind of incident management stuff where we do typing, but it could be I want a computer. Well, what kind of computer do you want? I want a Windows computer versus a Mac, right? So it's not just for disasters and things, but again, say you're down in Florida, say you're somewhere else in the world doing disaster recovery, be very specific. That CSALT acronym can be very helpful. So the 4th thing is resources. Number 5, that's critical and usually the biggest problem in any incident, project, etc., communication. So develop a communications plan. Who are we going to talk with? How are we going to talk? How often are we going to talk? What channel are we going to use if you're in the radio business like public safety? What chats will we use if you're in the civilian world, with project management or something like that? So that's the foundational 5. This is a really quick hit. It's very helpful. So again, get your leader's intent if you don't already have it. Develop some smart objectives to meet that leader's intent. Develop a functional organizational structure. Request resources and be specific on how many you want, where you want them, how long you need them for. Someone's got to pay for it. And 5, communicate, both vertically to the leadership, across the team, and make sure everybody knows what radio channel you're on, what chat you're using, etc., etc. So thanks so much for being on the channel. And remember, have a plan, stay informed, get involved. I gotta fly.